The road to another SEC championship begins this afternoon in Athens, where cloudy skies and a comfortable 78-degree noon kickoff provide the setting for Week 1. Fourth-ranked Georgia opens its 2026 season against FCS Southeast, a.k.a. Tennessee State, looking to build on another outstanding campaign that saw the Bulldogs finish 12-2, capture the SEC championship with a victory over Alabama, and reach the college football playoff before falling to Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl quarterfinals. Once again, Georgia enters the year loaded with elite talent, including preseason second-team All-American senior left tackle Ernest Green III and preseason first-team All-American sophomore cornerback Ellis Robinson IV. Those two headline a Bulldogs roster featuring 5 preseason first or second-team All-Americans, a testament to the championship expectations that surround this program every season. Tennessee State/FCS Southeast arrives hoping to make things interesting, but Georgia has its sights set on something much bigger. Between the hedges, another title chase begins today. Tennessee State/FCS Southeast and the 4th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs are ready to kick it off next.
Stadium in Athens. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams as Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Condors and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, I caught up with the Condors head coach. He is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. So Georgia's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So the Condors offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And let me tell you about these linebackers. This group can make life miserable on any offense. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Rides the option, he keeps it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. There's a crease. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. The run from the shotgun. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. He'll do it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long. Here comes the option. Keeps it himself. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. The Condors send out the punt unit. My goodness, he unloads on that one. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So Georgia's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup You got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
On third down, he drops to throw. Working that left side. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. Motion from the wideout. Here's a give to Frazier. Oh, it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. They'll give to Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Might have a chance. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12. Down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. They want to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Finds his big tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Third and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 in the year. He's perfect.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They'll run the option. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. High the chains now on second and long. Back to throw, it's right. Here's a heat. And down he goes.
Middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and look at this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Kick is in the air. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call.
Personal foul. Looking to kick kicker. Defense.
They make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact, but they do in situations like that. They give it to the freshman, first carry of his career. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. completion. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And it'll be the Condors will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catch is made at the 15. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And they get him down. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Finds his big tight end. And the ball's on the ground. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had it.
And a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Off play action. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
The Condors will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got it. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Wiley. The discard, and he's running free. Touchdown, Georgia! Rolled his way into the end zone.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Goes to the option. They stop him in his tracks, trying to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing. They've got him penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep him there. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And this defense, man, they came to play early and often. No points allowed so far, and already 3 sacks on the day. Living in the backfield, making big plays. This defense is going to be tough today.
And it'll be the Condors will punt it away on 4th down. 3-and-out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Nice directional kick there like a solid iron shot. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gets the back moving. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He wants to go deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself on the draw. Short gain on the play before he slides. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The Condors will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Off-play action on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Humphries. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off.
Well, it means, first of all...
Caught, and he's got room. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Seven-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll try to get the first through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. and they'll push that lead out a little further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He'll do it himself.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Rush is on him. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping 2 hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
He wants to throw it. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Dogs! Gets it into the end zone.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's King. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield, it's right. Here comes the heat. Going to try to get it himself. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. To the air on 2nd down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And it'll be the Condors decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Humphreys. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Back to throw, it's right. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete. Now backed up in their own end. It's 3rd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him short of the first down. It brings up 4th, but the defense doesn't have any timeouts and can't stop the clock. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We get right to it with Indiana taking on the North Texas Mean Green. And it's the Hoosiers engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is. Now back to your game at Sanford Stadium in Athens. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
The Condors will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And it's a sack.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their first sack.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Give to the running back. Spins away from the defense. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The big pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 1. Gives it to the back on the draw. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be 4th down. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness.
Personal foul. Looking to kick kicker. Defense.
You know, they make fun of kickers for not worrying about contact, but that's about as rough as it gets. Now on the option. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. There's some room. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And it'll be the Condors pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. After the 9 7-yard pickup on first down. Here's 2nd and 1. The give on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Condor! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. So it's an 80-yard drive. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Soft spot in the middle. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Throws to the wideout. Can't hang on, is incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Slips a tap. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, the offense is trying to go bootleg play action that time, but it had no chance because the defensive end won so quickly at the line of scrimmage. He was able to get in the backfield. He smothered the quarterback so fast for a sack.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now, after the sack, there is a man still down. There's never a good time for it, but, man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game as we're starting to get late. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll run it again. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's right. Bring in the heat. And they got it.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. The option look. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Stopped cold by this defense. They tried to fool him with the run, and nobody was buying it. They punted away on 4th down. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the back. They They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. To the ground to try to move the chains. Got a little grass. Past the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he capped that one off with some flair and some juice, a 72-yard touchdown run. From inside the 10, here he comes. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. The give to the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. They'll run the option. Quarterback keep. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. After 3 periods of play, and these 2 running backs have gone head-to-head. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be 3rd and long. Off the play fake. It's complete to the left. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Dropping back, it's right. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Perkins. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Gonna look downfield again. Gets it to him on the screen. Turning it on. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. The Condors are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. And he was able to get away from 1 tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running to the left. And he's dragged down. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. On the option. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. And it'll be the Condors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. From the gun, running back gets the give. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Motion from the wide receiver. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Good Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. The play action fake. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's right. They go to the wide receiver screen. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Frazier again. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice gain. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Those sloppy false start penalties can be drive killers at 2nd and 13. Here's a little room there. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's 1st down. This time he wants to throw. They're working that left side. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll give to Frazier. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started.
Yeah, and the offense putting up more points, and guess who's jacked up? This home crowd starting the season off with offensive fireworks and looking to go 1-0. They are loving their squad.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job.
All right, I don't know if Kirby is super impressed with his team so far today, but he's going to get the backups in there and get him some reps anyway. Georgia up 34-7 with only 2:20 to go.
Their way onto the field to open this drive. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Sends it back in motion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Condors come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Under heat, he gets rid of it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Looking downfield, it's right. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, looking to pass. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He hurls one deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So Nate Frazier has a pretty good day on limited carries. The defense has a good day aside from the 1 touchdown drive. And number 4, Georgia kind of sleepwalks, but eventually gets a fairly comfortable victory, winning 34-7 over FCS Southeast / Tennessee State, I believe it was. Taking a look at the team stats, Georgia had the edge in first downs, only 15-11 though. Total offense 364-137, rushing yards 168-96, passing yards 196-41. Very balanced offense for 168-196. For some reason I was thinking they're the same. I'm not paying attention. Turnovers, each team had 1 turnover. Both teams lost a fumble. And time of possession battle was won by FCS Southeast by about 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes actually. Or excuse me, 9.5 minutes. I can do math. Looking at the player stats for Georgia, Ryan Puglisi finishes 17 of 27 for 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. For FCS Southeast, Earl Wright finishes 11 of 22 for 41 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Southeast was Rock Johnstone, 18 carries for 93 yards for him. For Georgia, obviously led by Nate Frazier, 14 carries, 167 yards. That's an 11.9 yards per carry average, 2 touchdowns for Frazier. Leading receiver for Georgia, let's give it to C.J. Wiley, 3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. I think he had a 52-yard touchdown mixed in. Isaiah Kenyon also had a receiving touchdown. For FCS Southeast, they were led by, I guess we'll go Curtis next. 4 catches for 11 yards. Jarius Perkins had 2 catches for 14 yards. Leading blocker for FCS Southeast is Torrey Haley, 7 pancakes for him. For Georgia, they were led, it was a tie between Dontrell Glover and Drew Bobo. Each had 6. Leading defensive statistical leaders, whatever you want to say, for Georgia, they were led in total tackles by Jamarly Riddle with 12. He also tied for the team leading tackles for loss with 3 other guys, Elijah Griffin, Jordan Hall, and Justin Williams. Sacks, Elijah Griffin led the team with 2 sacks. A lot of sacks today for Georgia, and no interceptions for Georgia. For FCS Southeast, no interceptions. Montarius Taylor and Lamar Jamison each tied for the team leading sacks with 1 each. Lamar Jamison led the team in tackles for loss with 3. And Emmanuel Dexter led the team in total tackles with 8. Kicking stats for FCS Southeast, no field goals attempted, but Turner Mills made his only extra point attempt. For Georgia, Peyton Woodring made both of his field goal attempts with a long of 54. He's also 4 of 4 on extra point attempts. Punting for Georgia, Ian Rogers had 4 punts for an average of 54 yards per punt. For FCS Southeast, Ty Minchie had 7 punts for an average of 57.4 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS Southeast, Kevin King had 6 returns for an average of 15.6 yards per return, and Tyrone Hickson had 1 return for 13 yards. For Georgia, Sakovi White-Helton had 1 return for 21 yards. Punt return for Georgia, Sakovi White-Helton had 5 returns for an average of 12.2 yards per return. And for FCS Southeast, Pace Jenkins had 1 return for 11 yards. Looking at the scoring summary, in the first quarter, Georgia only got a field goal. 26-yard field goal from Peyton Woodring. It was 3-0 Georgia after 1. Second quarter, Georgia gets a 52-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Puglisi to C.J. Wiley, a 53-yard field goal from Peyton Woodring, and then a 5-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Puglisi to Isaiah Canyon, and it was 20-0 Georgia at halftime. The third quarter, FCS Southeast gets their only touchdown of the game with a 25-yard touchdown run from Zay Diego, but then Georgia counters with a 72-yard touchdown run from Nate Frazier, and it was 27-7 UGA going into the fourth. In the fourth, Nate Frazier adds 1 more touchdown run from 13 yards out, and that gives you your final score of number 4, Georgia 34, FCS Southeast / Tennessee State 7. So not an overwhelming victory by Georgia. I doubt they covered the point spread, but they do get the win by 27 points and start 2026 1-0. Headline from the game, complete dominance. The Bulldogs put together a convincing win over the Condors in a 34-7 victory. Highlighted players, Nate Frazier, Rock Johnstone, those are 2 good choices there. And Georgia, of course, a much better team. And here's Georgia's schedule. They've got Western Kentucky at home. Western Kentucky, I believe, is a Conference USA favorite going into the year, but they got smacked around by Delaware at home. So we'll see how that game goes. Next game coming your way, according to our little weekly schedule here, is FCS East at Virginia Tech. We'll get to see the debut of James Franklin as the Hokies head coach. But from Athens, Georgia, the 4th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs kick off 2026 with a 34-7 win over FCS Southeast / Tennessee State. And we will see you next time.